Yes, this is Stanley Zamora, aka Stan Firm cousin,
What's going on, fam? It's Carl.
and we're a managed podcast where we are inspiring men in the varying roles of their community to be better men. Cousin, what are we talking about today?
What's going on, everybody? So today, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little discussion here. There's a topic that's floating around, and it is what matters most. Is it looks, money, status, or game? Which one's the priority when it comes into life, the dating role, what is what? So go ahead, because you got the ball. Let's see what's up.
I don't know how to answer that because my mind works differently because you said looks, money, game, or status. Correct. In your life as a male. Now, again, this managed podcast, we're not talking about the knucklehead dudes out there trying to spread their business out there, skeet.
Right, 100%.
Men of the community that know what they have going. They are trying. They might be in hard situations with their children's mother, hard situations within their family or themselves, but they're good men trying to do good things as best as they can. Again, not the young-minded people and young-minded,
not the knuckleheads.
5-year-old young-minded dude doing little boy stuff.
Right.
Not those guys.
Right.
Grown men doing grown man things. So definitely life, dating, who they are, where they are, and what's important. I guess looks, money, a game, or status. That's a hard question for me to answer as to what I think is more paramount for the good guys out there. Because I think a lot of it, they're all important, but in varying degrees. And I think in varying degrees, it shifts depending on where they are in their lives. So a 25-year-old man, whether they're educated through advanced education, BS degree, master's, whatever, or a man who is in his 40s on his third or fourth career, second marriage, might be different as to how he moves in the different spaces that he finds himself. So looks, money, game, or status. I think what's common in all of those is, where is he? How is he in his mind? How is he in his faith? How is he in how he approaches things? So maybe game. Maybe game is more important, but then again, money, because you're gonna have to be able to finance and take care of not only yourselves, but those in your community, which means your family, which means your wifey, the children of your mother, or the children. So I find it hard to just say one thing. Maybe
no, I'm not saying one thing. I'm saying give a list. Which one is the top, and then the next level. And then give why.
It just depends on where they are. Well, my thing is depends on where you are in your life and that man. So I would say game, because with game you understand the lay of the land. Then from the game goes money. And then from there, everything else. Because I think if you have a game and you understand how you need to maneuver and how you need to move, then everything else kind of trickles down. So I would say game, then money, then status. And guess what? I know I'm not doing the runway model stuff, but I think looks is the last thing. But when we're younger, we think looks is the top thing. But so that's why I think looks is like the last in real world stuff, in real man stuff. So
right.
How about
you? So I have two, it broken down in two ways, because men, we have our focus for the most part in two directions: our purpose, getting our business, and women. So in my mind, I broke it down in two ways. So for as a man, getting on your purpose and doing what you're supposed to be doing, I think the first thing I'm going to say looks, but not looks on looking pretty, looks on health in that sense, because too many men are not taking care of themselves. And I say the priority for a man, for himself, should be his health, making sure his health is on top and taking care of himself, making sure he's eating right, exercising, all that stuff. So I think that should be priority number one for a man. Next one, I say money for the man. So that's like you getting on your purpose and doing what you need to do to build yourself as a man, you know, building your character, building your portfolio, so that way you're able to maintain a lifestyle that everybody would find attractive. The next one would be game, for sure. The reason I say game is because game allows you to be able to get into different circles, no matter what status you are. If you got money or if you don't have money, game allows you to be able to speak to anybody, get into situations that you probably would never have been able to if you didn't have the money that you have. So I definitely say game. And then status. To me, I feel status is the least important thing, because when you building your purpose as a man, it doesn't really matter the status that you've reached, because for the most part, you're not trying to be a movie star. I mean, you're trying to build yourself up so that you can.
I'm trying.
Okay, Black Affleck. All right. Now, when it comes to when it comes to getting the ladies, I say for ladies, it's status. And it's crazy because it's backwards for men. For me, this is what I'm saying. Status to me is tap, because most women, you know, when they go to the clubs and they go to the bars, they don't need to know how much money you got. But if you got a table and you got a booth and you got some bottles, to them, that means you high status. You got some money. Next, game, because once you get them into that area, you got to be able to talk to them. If you're a square and you got them in your table and you can't talk to them, that's going to be a problem. So next after that, I say money, and then looks. Money, I say, because you got to maintain that lifestyle. Because if you got them at the table, in their mind, they like, okay, this dude got some bread. The looks thing is last, because we've all seen those beautiful women with those ugly ducklings, and we know why. Yeah, we see them. You see them.
I'm doing the best I could, man.
You see them. Listen, we've been walking in the mall, or we see him in the streets. This toad-looking dude got this dime piece on his arm, and it's probably because of a lot of those things that I just spoke about: the game, the money, the status is getting them to that point because of that. To them, to me.
Well, I mean, I was giving my lifestyle. I didn't know you want me to also give my date, because yeah, I think dating, to me, it's again game. When you have game, you have what you need. You walk in with a certain level of confidence that doesn't have to be looked. You walk in like you own it, like you've been here before. Like, hey,
yep.
I didn't see you in the what's going on. And
true, but think about this though.
It's game to me. You
think about this.
Do it.
If you a fat ass and you sloppy, then it doesn't matter how much game you got. You're still a sloppy fat ass.
I disagree.
No,
I've seen some. Hold on, sloppy is different than a person who chubsy upsy, or a person who's got a little bit more.
No, but I didn't say chubby. I said fat ass.
Okay, well, guess what? I don't want to be like that. I'm saying there's some dude like I gotta work on my fitness a little bit more. But let's get real. Let's say you are filling it out a little bit, and you can. I see plenty of dudes. They smell nice. The cut is trimmed up. They got the moosh. They got the beard or whatever they got going on.
Fat dudes.
Yeah, and they come in the spot like, hey, like they own it. Okay, like they own it, and that's been from back in the days when we got
fat lawyers that you talk to.
We're old school. I know you like Heavy D, Big Pun. I mean, these dudes are
but Heavy D has the status. He has a stylist that is putting them together.
He was always coiffed. He was always right, and there's a lot of dudes that are a little bit heavy in the industry. Unfortunately, we're looking at. I mean, even like who's the new dude? Well, he's not new, but he's been in it for a while. Who's the comedian guy who has a lot of weight? Oh my God, his name Alan. He does game shows now. He does the father in Blackish.
The father. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember him back in the day?
Yeah, I remember he was a heavy Alan. Was it Alan? Alan?
I don't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay,
but remember him. He was a sloppy fat ass.
He was not.
What are you crazy?
And now he lost weight, and he's all a different type.
Exactly, because he took care of himself.
He lost the weight, but he was always looking fresh and clean.
What?
Yes,
bruh, you smoking. I think we're not talking about the same person. You ain't no way we talking about the same.
And you're giving him some maybe I forgot his name, man. It's right there on my tip of my tongue. But regardless, you got your boys, your Rick Rosses, heavy dudes, only looking.
Rick Ross, status. He had the status. That's why I said
he had status. He was walking around like Kamala Mala. He still.
Are you crazy? No, he wasn't. What are you talking about? Because he had the status, that's what gave him the opportunity to be around all the women.
The man had game at the end of the day. Game. The game is what gave him all the abilities to get all those things. Game. He gamed the system. He gamed it, and that's what gave it to him. It wasn't the status.
I disagree.
He didn't have status first. He had game. He knew the game and played the game. No, he game. Game came first, and he was able to play like checkerboards.
He had status because he started doing his dope boy thing, doing his thing, running around.
Game.
That's not game. Anybody can sell drugs. What you talking about?
No.
No damn game.
No one can turn that into game. Like, what he selling? He was talking about it. The dude was a CO. But regardless of the fact, game. He parlayed whatever he had into the next level, into different things that people didn't even expect him to be. And like I said, I mean, what you got your old school, your black ugly as ever. However, I say Gucci down. Come on, who's that? Biggie.
What about but what about him? What about him? What about
game? Those guys had game. They performed the game and played the game as they needed to.
You only seeing the after effect. I'm talking about before they made it. Before they made it. We all knew those kids in high school and middle school, those fat kids that was sloppy and nobody was trying to look at them. And then after graduation, when they started making some bread, that's when they started getting noticed. There's no way. The fat dude wasn't getting noticed.
No, makes no sense. Everyone was ashy before they were classy. So
no. Even if you were ashy before and you look good, the women would overlook that. What are you talking about? Listen, there's a saying that says a woman, if she's breaking rules for you or creating rules for you, that's how you know how much she wants to be with you. If a woman is creating rules for you in the sense that she's like, oh, I won't date him because he's ashy, then that means she doesn't give too much about you. She don't give a shit about you. But if she's like, oh, he's just ashy, but he's fine, that means she's desiring you. So it doesn't take game for that. So that's what I'm saying. A guy can look good and still be ashy, or he can look good and be stink, and a woman will still fuck with him. But if you fat and you sloppy, women not trying to mess with you. What are you talking about?
The word's fat and sloppy.
But that's what I said. You're not listening. You keep creating your own narrative. I said fat and sloppy.
Well, how about fat and fly? Cats can't be heavy and fly. So only slim dudes can be fly?
Oh my God.
Then why are you fat hating? Why are you fat shaming?
Because we need to let these men know being fat is not good.
It may not be healthy, it may not be good, but it can be fly.
So that's what I said in my statement. Looks is health. You got to be healthy.
The analogy of fat is not fly. It's fat and sloppy. As if you can't be fat and put together. You can't be
but
fat
is still not healthy.
Game.
Fat is still not healthy.
No doubt, but you got to have game. You can be fly.
So what is the game going to get you when you got hypertension and you about to die?
My guy. You're moving in the world. You're making things happen. You have to understand the game. You have to know how to move. You have to have game. And eventually, like your, his name is Anderson, something Anderson.
Who's that?
That's his name. Eventually, when you have game and you're making moves, guess what? You get everything else. You get yourself in better shape. You get yourself more money and more status based on your game. Hey, bro, based on your game, period. You have to have game.
You know, in the video game John Madden, you know how you create a player?
Right.
You know that? So
I don't do that part. That's too new school for me. I just want to play and ball. Well, go ahead.
Okay, well, whatever. Nowadays they have it that you can create a player. And you can make the level of how his speed or his strength.
I've been doing that for 30 years.
So the list that I made is on the aspect of if you were to create a man, that's how it should be. Health should be number one. Making the money, game, and and so on and so forth. So for you to say only game and still be fat, no, but you put game first. You put game first.
That was my top.
Okay. What did you say? What is it?
Game,
First.
Yeah, game first,
Right.
money,
Mhm.
status, looks
Right.
last.
All right. I disagree. That's all.
You can disagree.
So,
You have a right to be incorrect, cousin. I love you.
well, you have a right to be fat and fly. It's all good.
Hey, hey. That's right. But you know what? With my fat, sloppy self, I'm gonna figure it out.
You gonna figure it out. All right. Well, get healthy because I ain't trying to be at your damn funeral. I don't want to do it. I don't want that shit.
I'm here for a good time, not a
You
long
better.
time anyway.
You better. But we can't be on here saying that fat is okay. We got to make sure they know.
I'm not saying fat's okay.
Yeah, but you saying that the fat dude smelling good is good. It's not. We gotta teach these men that walking around here being fat is gonna take you off the table. Most women are not gonna look at you if you're a fat dude. So we have to make them understand that getting their health right is top priority.
You could be fat or heavy and still fly. Don't even tell them it can be fly. Complete damage them. You ain't got nothing. Get in the gym, fat ass. Get on that until you then come see me. No, I'm not doing that.
Wait, say that again. What?
I don't believe that.
What? I didn't understand what you said.
In other words, you're trying to tell me that we can only give some derogatory statements about how bad it is, and they can't be something else. I'm like, no, you can be that working on what y'all work on. Work Anthony Anderson. That's his name. Anthony Anderson.
Who's that?
That's the dude. That's the guy I'm talking about. Anthony Anderson.
Oh, you're talking about Blackish.
Yes.
Right.
He's the dad.
Okay.
He's also a comedian, always quick-witted. Again, maybe there was a time when he was coming up that it looked a certain type of way, but the dude had game anyway. He had game, he had movement, he was able to parlay those things. So I'm talking about when you're about dating or life, be in that game. And I said before, remember, I prefaced it where it's kind of hard for me to just really have a number one being, I think, a 27-year-old man and how he moves in this world, to me, is going to be different than a 43-year-old man with life experiences, different than a 55. I know some 55-year-old guys, 55 years old, on their first child, on their first marriage. I know some guys, you know personally, on their third marriage, in their 50s, and how they received life is completely different. But do they have the game to make maneuvers and make moves anyway?
Do you think Anthony Anderson would have got more roles if he was a different size person?
Anthony Anderson got more roles if he looked like Thor.
He got what?
Me too. Chris Hemsworth.
He got what?
Good-looking, blonde, white dude. So what?
Okay, what are you asking? What I asked you a question.
But you're making it sound like if he was a healthier, more fit guy, he would have gotten more roles. I'm talking about
absolutely.
But we all would have gotten.
If you look back
to if he wants us, so you have to do your own thing. And because of his game, he created his own. Like this man, this is a comedian, a black comedian doing the black comedian circuit. He was one of the talk people, the correspondents for PGA golf. What? How does that work? Because you know what? He had game to put himself in that position. Now he's doing all types of ads in his self, not kowtowing and being Tom Ford Model of the Year or People's Best Looking Man of the Year. He didn't have to do all that. He created his own path on what he wanted to do. Game, dude. Game. So
I guess we could say you're an advocate for the fat people. So I appreciate you.
I'm advocating for those that have other attributes.
But I disagree. I feel if he had a different look, if you look back to his career, all his roles were pretty much the same dude. They were all the same funny, clown-looking fat dude in every role that he was in until he got.
And they get looks. And they get looks. And
looks for what? What are you talking about?
Hold on. And they get roles. And they were able to create themselves.
He didn't.
On their own. Yes, they did.
No, he didn't. Go look at his past. All his movie roles were pretty much the same dude.
Until he switched it up.
He was in Transformer. He was in the movie with Jet Li.
Thank you. Transformer, he wasn't Mr. Fly. He was in better shape in Transformers. But guess what? He wasn't where he is right now. He was still the guy that was not in the greatest of shape playing that role.
What are you talking about? He was a fat ass in Transformers.
Absolutely he was.
You said he was in a better shape. What are you talking about?
Meaning, no. Meaning he was, he was in better shape then when he was 5. He was already in the game 10 years prior, by the way. I'm saying being the fat, chunky dude still got him his role. He got in that role, got him his looks. He's a funny guy with talent. It springboarded him to more stuff.
Right.
Oh, see, you're lying, bro. You're on some, you gotta be, listen, bro. I'm telling you this. This guy, Transformers, global, billions of dollars, fat, chunky dude, on screen for a good amount of time. Why? Comedy. Why? Presence. Why? Game. I rest my case.
Yeah, okay.
I rest my case.
Drop your mic and walk out.
I'll drop my mic. I'm gonna roll out.
So
roll out.
The fat advocate is him right there. But me, gentlemen, I say get yourself right. Get your health up, get your body right, so that way you're always at the table. Because when women, they look to
hold on. If you want to look at that, everyone looks at everyone.
Let me see.
Hold on. That means looks is number. I'm saying game, but if you're going to try what you're just saying, it's got the looks. Looks should be your number one thing in everything. Because when you walk through that door, you have to create a presence. I'm telling you, it's your game that creates that presence. And you're trying to tell me you got to be in shape, you got to this, that, and the third. Looks and being. Yes, better health, all that stuff. To me, that's all underneath the umbrella of knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, knowing your game, not just your looks. Because guess what? I can say nothing. I ain't crap. I can put on the baddest cologne on, walking like I'm whatever, and people are like, oh, who's this guy? That happens all the time. And guess what it is? Not because I look good. I'm not on a top 10 scale. But guess what? I have a comfortability of who I am, and I walk in like, yo, I've been bullied, I've been clowned, I've been cheated on, I've been left, I've been ran through. And guess what? I'm here stronger than anybody else. So I want to have my game. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? It's because of the drama. It's
was clowns.
It's because I've been through what I've been through. It was like, you're not going to beat me.
Right.
I can beat me. That's my game, not looks, son.
So let me continue with what I was saying. Women look to disqualify men. If they see you, they'll be like, oh, he's fat. No.
He's short.
He's this.
He's fat. He's bald.
He's short. No. So what I'm saying for men is to focus on making yourself more so than to be a subtraction or a negative. And one of those things is to keep yourself healthy, in shape, looking good, smelling good. All those things are positives for you so that you're not disqualified in any situation that you're put in. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I think I'm done with this for right now.
Yes, we are done, fat lover.
Listen, at the end of the day.
All right, fam. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, baby. If this information was bomb and it helped you out. Oh, I thought we're not done. I thought we was done.
Okay, I'm done. I mean, she shut me off.
What you mean? You said I'm done. I feel like I'm done with. That's what you said.
I'm done. So hit subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Like, comment, subscribe. If this information help you.
It's about money. It's about game. It's about status. Which do you think is the most paramount?
Yeah. Leave us a comment what you feel. Put your list on what you believe is what. Yes. Right. All right. Leave it in there. All right, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and holla at us if you need us.
Peace. Managed Podcast.
Managed Podcast, baby.